Hi, students. Welcome to the third video module of this session. So, in this module, you will understand a recruitment process. Before, let us look at what we have discussed in the previous module. In the previous module, we have discussed the main the governing factors of recruitment, which are in two levels, like internal and then the external, the factors which are influencing recruitment, the need of recruitment, and it is a kind of natural process. Every organization finds the need for recruitment, and then at the same time you can see recruitment the basis. So there are features as well. The basis, starting from manpower planning, and before we have a business plan and business policy, business strategies, and based on that we have developed the human resource planning, and then from there we just identified job analysis, which indicated the job description, job specifications. So from that we have started recruitment functions. So this is actually the last the module, and in this module we just look at recruitment, the process. Actually, what is the how the recruitment happens, and what are the different levels or different stages and steps in the recruitment as a process. Right. If you just look at recruitment process, the purpose of this module is to understand the process that involved in the recruitment, right, and different stages and then different elements which are actually interfacing in this process, that we will discuss. And if you just look at the recruitment process in a flow chart, like definition and then requisition. So first of all, we have to define what is required, what kind of the human resources are required for our organizations, right? And then if you see the sources, sources and communications of information. So we just look at the information that we receive from the different departments, and vacancies, notifications, and requirement from all. So based on that, we identify the prospective employees by using the recruitment. So then increasing and then attracting the applicants, and then candidate assessment, the applications. So this is the way you can see the process. So the further the selection starts. So first of all, in the recruitment process, so we just defined what is required for us, what type of people are required, and the sources, from where we are getting this requirement from various departments within the organization, and then we identify the prospective employees by using the recruitment function, and encourage them to attract and apply, and then finally we assess the candidate, and then we leave it for the selection process, right? So then if you just look at the recruitment process, so it starts with HR policies, right, and then the job vacancies, and when we have job vacancies, and then we look at recruitment planning, numbers and then types of people, and then for that we need a job analysis and employee requisition, so from the various departments. So then when we have these vacancies, and then HR policies there with us. So based on the HR policies, we just start looking at the vacancies, and then notify them recruitment the planning, and then type and number, and then look at the job analysis and employee requirement. So then you proceed further searching, activate, actively selling the message and media. So you can see that the search for the candidates, and the activation of various messages and the medias, and then the selling the portals, and applicants in pool, we just receive that, and then to selection, and then potential hires. So we just look at that dimension. So when we are searching for that and applicants population, then strategic development, like where and how, when, how to get them, right? And as per that recruitment policy, we just look at the strategic development for recruitment in terms of when to advertise, and then how to find out, and when we receive the applications, and then it is a how much time that we'll give for submission of applications. So all these things we discuss, and then evaluate, and then control the entire process, and then try to get the at the end. So as many as applications against our vacancies, right? And further, if you look at the steps in recruitment and then selection process, right, employees planning and then forecasting and recruiting build a pool of applications, number of candidates and applications, complete the application form, and use the selection tools like tests to screen out the most applications, and then the supervisors and then others interview the final candidates and to make the final choice, and then candidate become the employee. So you can see that the recruitment is the first two levels, and then selection starts from the no applications, no submission, and after that using the selection the tools. So the employees, the planning for forecasting, and then recruiting, building a pool of applications, and then applying the candidates and receiving the pool of applications. So up to that is a recruitment, and then the selection starts, right? So further, if you just look at the steps in recruitment process, so requisition contains the details about the position to be filled on, a number of the persons to be filled, right? All these we are just discussing and debating in the recruitment, and developing and allocating the sources, and then identifying no internal and external resources, and communicating the information of the organization to acquire the prospective employees, and encouraging the identify the candidates to apply for the jobs. So analyzing and evaluating the effective of recruitment process by candidates progressions in terms of number of applications we received for the vacancy jobs. So, right. So with that you can see the process has so many stages, and then through which we are just following, and then finding the right candidate, and then motivating them to apply no, to receive the as many as applications. Right. With this, let me stop here. Looking forward to meet you in the video 43.